So here is that worksheet that I think I got the most questions from. And I don't know if it was because of the formatting or because of the questions themselves, but this is your discovery so you understand what the things are. So I went ahead and I plotted our points of A, B, and C. You're going to find the midpoint, which you could do by either taking your coordinates and adding your y's divided by 2, adding your x's divided by 2, but just as a call out as a reminder, you can also find your midpoint by counting. So it's a height of 10. I'm sorry, height of 10, and I went too far, I'm sorry. And then over by 4. So halfway would be up 5 over 2. That would be your midpoint for AB, which is E. And E would be 2, 5. BC, same thing. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now if I go up 4, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Ideally, if I go up 4 and over 2, I should find my F, which is going to be 6. 6, it looks like. And then for AC, it's all the way over 8 and up 2. So if I go over 4 and up 1, there's my G. So G is going to be 4, 1. Now, since it's splitting this in half, that means it's either going to be a perpendicular bisector or a median. A median is going to start at a vertex. A perpendicular bisector is going to have the opposite reciprocal slope. This one we're discussing medians first. So connect A to F. I can make it pretty neat. A to F, and then B to G. C to E. And so now we've drawn all 3 medians. Well, you know about the intersection of the segments. Hopefully you can see that the intersection is right here. The intersection so there would be 4, 4. And since they're medians, that's going to be your centroid. As far as the types of questions I've seen in the past of this, centroid is one of the most popular, and I think it's probably the one most students mess up. I always teach it in class as if, because I'm a foodie, either like candy turtles, how there's 3 in a pack, or like when you order, or when you get the sleeve of Oreos and there's 6 in there and there's 3 Oreos each with a stack of 2, or 3 wide stack of 2 each. So I think of each one of these as a set of food. So side to centroid, this is going to be like 1 Oreo, and this is going to be 2 Oreos. So it's a 2 to 1 ratio. Find the length of each segment and the answers in below. So BD, so from B to D, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then D to G is 3. So again, that's that 2 to 1 ratio. So 1, 3, and then 3, and then 3 more. So that's why it's 2 and 1. From B to G, so that's going to be 9. And if you divide your entire segment by 3, then that's how you know centroid to side. In the event, like in this case, it's a vertical line, it's really easy to count. But if it happened to be diagonal, you could do it that way. This is going to get to be a lot, me writing on here and not being able to erase too much without being scared I'm going to erase a lot. Let's see if I get rid of some of it. All right, so then it wants to know C to D. So C to D. You can do this using the coordinates with your distance formula. I'm a big fan of Pythagorean theorem, so I would count that it's up to over 4. So 2 squared plus 4 squared equals C squared. So 4 plus 16 equals C squared. So C is the square root of 20, which you can put that in your calculator and get a decimal if you want. Which I probably should do. Sorry, and I did not bring it here, so I'm going to have to use my phone. So it's 4.7, 4.47. So that means from C to D is 4.47. And then from D to E, we know it's going to be half of that because this is 2 pieces of candy. So you can either do it again or you could just half that, depending. So 4.47 divided by 2, 2.235, so 2.24. And then that means the whole thing, you'd add them together. Now, obviously, this is going to be rough estimates because it's not a nice, neat number. We just rounded to our hundredths place. But if we added those together, then we should get 6.71. So then the whole thing is 6.71. And then AD, so you would do the same thing. I would again probably use Pythagorean theorem. So 4 by 4. So 4 squared is 16 plus 4 squared is 16 is going to give you C squared, which is getting 32. So we're going to take the square root of 32. And that's 5.66. And so if you want to do the other one, it's a 2 by 2. So 2 squared is 4 plus 4 equals C squared. So that's the square root of 8. Which is 2.83. 2.83, which is indeed half of this. And then if I add that to that 5.66, then I have 8.49. So again, it's a 1 to 2 ratio. Does anyone have a question about this one?